ultimately, Africa is the main theater of struggle because that is our homeland. All of us, and when we talk about us Africans, we're not talking about those of us that come from Nigeria, Gambia, Congo. We are talking about Africans in America, Africans in Europe, Africans in South America. People we call Brazilians, people we call African Americans, Black, Greeks, Africans all over the world. Because globalization, they globalize us before they even develop the concept of economic globalization. We as Africans, we are a global people, and we need to understand that clearly, that we are a global people, and so we must use all of our resources, whether they are human, financial, material, spiritual, mental, cultural, political, economic, all of our resources must be mobilized in the cause of the African Revolution. So we need to be very clear about that. Because one of our weaknesses as a people is this thing that people refer to as tribalism. I don't call it, but this is what it looks like. When they reach, say, oh, hello. You say, where are you from? Oh, which tribe are you from? I say, which tribe are you from? So they say, oh, I'm not from any tribe. We don't have tribes. I say, really? So you don't have a tribe, but I have one because you gave me one. And if we look at our nationalities, our nations, whether they're just the Yoruba, they are much more in population and geography, than a lot of the European countries we have today. But you hear Africans raising up the tribes and from this tribe and from that tribe. What nonsense? Who cares where you're from? Nobody. When imperialism comes to attack, it's not because of where you come from, it's because of the resources in your land. The earlier you understand that, the better for you. So in Nigeria, for example, there's an agitation now. We must split up, If we split up, our bourgeoisie, our elites will also split with us and continue to oppress us in our smaller nations. The other weapon that imperialism uses, which is a challenge for Pan-African Renaissance, is religion. Some of us, with all our radical rhetorics, it's shocking. We are still deeply Christian, deeply Muslim, deeply everything but African. You see, the clapping has gone down because there's a lot of intention in the room. And we can't understand as long as you continue to see and to understand God and the Creator through the lenses of another race. You will never know freedom in your life. Never. Religion is a cultural understanding of the spiritual. That's why Indians are Buddhists and these Jews are that and this and that. It's just an expression, an attempt to understand, the supernatural. So when we as Africans continue the denigration, you hear Africans say, oh, that's special. Like some people, when they see the cowrie, oh, that's fetish. Do you know what it is? Oh, this is where the problem is here. In the head. In the head. And if we don't fix that problem in the head and in the mind, we ain't going nowhere. You see, the Chinese are coming to Africa, right? Or they're already there. They're going to bring their own God, Confucius, so whatever it is they practice. And you see Africans there, worshipping. There must be a cultural revolution also. There is no cultural revolution. Our political revolution will not succeed. It will be hijacked and defeated. Because while we've done half of it here in the mind, because there's here and then there's here. That's why there's so many of us in church. If you go to Africa, my God, when some of the big churches have their congregations, 10,000 people at one service. Well, I can't even talk about because when they have their revivals in Nigeria, do you know there's no space for them in the city? They have to give them space outside. 2 million people turn up looking for redemption, looking for the Messiah. But we have to understand that because the state has failed them, society has failed them, only Jesus has not failed them. And the reason why that hasn't happened is that they're most unlikely to meet him. The same thing. And listen, I don't mean to upset any of the Christians here. I come from a Christian home, a background, we're serious Catholics. My mom has got a big shrine in our house. All right? So I know what I'm talking about. But in coming into revolutionary consciousness, you begin to ask yourself questions. You begin to free your mind. If we want to get free. Because there's some of us who don't want to get free. I must tell you that. There are lots of no, they want to be a bit more comfortable. They want to have access to the same privileges that white people have. Not understanding that Europeans had to steal our resources and murder our people before accessing those privileges. So, for those Africans who want the same privileges, I always advise them to go and look for a brand new race of people that they can exploit, a brand new territory somewhere that they can exploit in order to have those resources. Because some of us want oranges without oranges. We want freedom without struggle. That's what some of us want. That's why we wait for the Messiah. Because we see the Messiah is going to bring it, you see. We'll be folding our arms like this, and the Messiah will bring it right up to us. Say, here you go, good people. You deserve it. You're deceiving yourself. And if we're not careful, in the next 30, 40, and 50 years, our children will come again, whether we assemble in London, in Lagos, in Accra, in wherever, and have the same discussion. All over it.
You might say, why is it that African leaders haven't done anything about this deplorable situation? Well, let me tell you, my brother and sister, they have tried. Documented to this day, 22 coups where leaders were assassinated. France had something to do with it. The first 7, when they decided they were pulling out of the CFA and that they're going to print their own money, they were assassinated. Every time an African leader has tried to do what's best for their country, they were assassinated. Majority of them aided by France. It's a known fact. And then others, they were just mercenaries who felt that when there was a natural resource discovered in one country, they wanted to create a coup. So while the country is thrown into a civil war, they're siphoning the natural resource. We know of one particular story that had we not known about it, it would have been, oh, there we go again, the Africans. In about 25 years ago, a group of young, rich white kids were having fun in Cape Town. They found out that there was oil in Equatorial Guinea that just been discovered, and they wanted it. So they set out a plan to have a coup in Equatorial Guinea. So while the Guineans are busy fighting a civil war, they will be siphoning the oil. But they made one mistake. There were 2 planes. One was to leave South Africa, stop in Zimbabwe, pick up more ammunition on their way to hunt in Equatorial Guinea. Another plane was taking off in the Caribbean that had this puppet diaspora who was supposed to be the next president. Mugabe wondered why such young people needed such powerful ammunition to go hunt in Equatorial Guinea. In doing his research further, he found out that this was a coup in the making. He allowed them to land in Zimbabwe. They loaded their plane, and just before takeoff, they were all arrested. The ringleader of that group was none other than the son of the former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Margaret Thatcher. She had to fly to Zimbabwe and paid handsomely to get her son out. The last one of those prisoners left Zimbabwe about 6-7 years ago. Had these young people succeeded, it would have been another coup. There you go, the Africans again. Such, my brothers and sisters, is the story of your Africa. They don't do coups anymore. They simply create instability. So when you hear of an instability in an African country, ask yourself, what is really going on? Because what they are telling you is really going on is just a shiny object. The real issue is over here. And you need to stop before you start being used as an instrument of your own self-destruction.